Hello chaps. Should have cleared my throat before I started, shouldn't I? Anyway, how are you all doing? Hope you're all well. It's John with you. Who else? But anyway, I'll just turn that light a bit there. Here. Now, better again. So, it's unboxing time. Yes, unboxing again. So, therefore, I'm about to start a new project. And this project for me is totally out of my my comfort zone. It's something totally new to me. I have done a couple of planes in the past. I have, yes. I've done the 1/24th scale Airfix Spitfire Mark 5B. Heap of shit, if you don't mind me saying. It's a horrible bloody kit. I had to cut more of it away to get it to fit together than anything else. It was there was more plastic and flash than there was nearly in the kit. And it was just horrible. It was just really old, bad moulding, just bad. And I made 3 1/72nd scale kits as well. I did the Stuka, I did Corsair, and a little Spitfire, which I did in the Irish colours, which was quite nice. But they were small and the detail isn't all that great in them. So now I'm going up to the 1/32nd scale. Yeah, 1/32nd scale. It's quite large. It was a present for me. And it also came with a mask set for the canopies and a beautiful PE set as well. So here's the kit. Okay, there she goes. It's HASEGAWA 1/32nd scale Kawanishi N1K2-J Shidenkai, known by the Americans as the George. Okay, known by the Americans as the George. So we're going to call it George from now on, because Kawanishi, I think, is the pronunciation of the make, which I find hard to pronounce, and also Shidenkai, or the N1K2-J. Sounds weird enough as well. So we call it George. It needs to give us a bit personal. So we've got George. George is my next kit to have a look at. And like I said, I have the Edward photo etch set there, which comes with the photo etch for all the interiors and bits and pieces like that. And it also has the photo etch for the cockpit. Very nice indeed. Whew. Hoping I don't make a hands of this one. And I also got the flexible canopy masks as well, Edward set as well. So they all came inside in this. Like I said, it was a beautiful present, and I do thank you. So without further ado, let's get down, let's have a look at the bits and pieces. I'm not an airplane person, so therefore I don't really know most of the parts. Come to think of it, if you've been watching any of my videos, when it comes to the parts on armour, I don't really know much about them either, do I? No. So what do I look for if I don't know what I'm looking at? I look for flash. I look for how good the moulding is. Crisp lines, you know, has it got little, sort of, in the aircraft people they call it panel lines. Are they raised, or are they sunken? You know, for holding of washes and things like that, will it be nice? So we look for those kind of things in it. We look for the condition, what the plastic is like, and basically, you know, what do you get in the box? If you're thinking of going out and buying this kit and you say, I've seen that kit, what's inside it? Do you get PE in it? Do you get, you know, the clear parts good? Does it come with resin wheels? Things like that. And no, it doesn't come with resin wheels. There, you have to buy them yourself separately. And it doesn't come with PE either. But let's go in and we'll have a look at it, and we'll see what you do get and how it's packaged, all that kind of stuff. So, no further ado, let's go down, let's have a look, let's get it unboxed. Alright, so here we are. This is the only angle I can seem to get it in, and I'm getting it all in. Here's the box of it, okay. I have to excuse the circular light here. That's my light. It's a reflection, because it's a shiny box. Here we've got our Japanese writing, N1K2-J, Kawanishi, N1K2-J, Shidenkai, George, Japanese Navy Interceptor. It's in 1/32 scale and it's a HASEGAWA. Okay, from HASEGAWA. On the side of the box, loads of Japanese writing. The kit number, I presume that's the kit number, okay, ST33. On the side again, it gives us the same information, or this could be the kit number, actually, I do apologise. 08883. Okay, 08883. That's the number of it. On the side of the box then, it just gives us a picture of the made up model. Okay, a picture of the pilot, although obviously by the hat here is slightly different, so you're probably getting a choice of hats or choice of heads, one or the other. It gives us some dimensions here, like the model length. Oh, let me get that in there. There we go. Model length is 292 millimeters. The wingspan is 375 millimeters, and there's 148 parts. Okay, so it's not a major parts count. So let's open it up and let's have a look. Okay, what do we get? Oops, we get our instruction sheet. Okay, inside of the instruction sheet we get a very large decal sheet with the meatballs, as the Americans call them. Loads of little decals. It gives us the decals for the cockpit, but we have the PE set that's got them on it, and it's got the big yellow stripy things. Now they are, does it say who makes them? It just says made in Japan, HASEGAWA. So I take it that they're not cartograph or whatever thing like that, but they seem to be okay. They're all in register. You can tell by that, by the little Japanese flags there. They're all nicely in register. Okay. They don't seem to be very thick. So they don't. Oh. So that's the decals. I've never had a problem with decals anyway. Decals don't bother me. But then again, it's when it goes onto airplanes and things, and you're going to get these to lie down and panel lines to sort of show through them and things. I've never had that problem. We don't really have that problem very much with armour. Right, so that's our decals. We've got our instruction sheet. Okay, so on the cover of the instruction, is it a sheet or a booklet? It's a booklet. It's in booklet form. Get a load of Japanese writing, and we get a load of English writing. Okay, yep, loads of it in English, and we get it in Japanese. I'm not going to read all that out here, and it's pointless even trying to pause that and look at it. It gives you all information on on George himself. So if you want to read all that, go off and buy the kit and read it. I'm not going to read it for you. Okay, we open it up. We get a sprue map, and we start off then in making the bits and pieces. We make the figure first, and like I said, yes, you do get a choice of heads. Okay, there we go. Get a choice of heads, so he can have his hat up or his hat down, the flaps of his cap. Okay, then we're straight onto our cockpit. Okay, so there's lots of stuff to do, and I would presume you'd paint the cockpit first and then put on the PE. That would be my summation of the whole thing. Then put on the PE then after. The thing about it is when you're using, I have noticed, because as you see, I have opened the PE set. There's another set of instructions inside in that. So when you're using PE, I suppose you better work both sets of instructions. Take your time. You know, be careful in what you're doing. Check to see, if I do that, if when I go painting, will I have to cover it, or can I put it on after painting? Things like that. That's to watch out for me anyway. Then we got the sides of our cockpit. And we're making up our little kind of a cockpit tub then. Okay. The cockpit comes up from the bottom, so we've got our little tub there. Putting on our sides, our wings. Seems to be a sort of a strengthening strut in the middle there. Our wheel wells. Hey, see, I got a word right. Wheel wells. We've got the tail of our plane. Okay. It appears that the tail is a separate piece from the body, so that'll kind of slot into that. Yeah, we've got fitting our body to our wings, putting on our little tail section and the flaps and the other bits and pieces that go on there. We've got our wheels. Here are our flaps, actually. These are the flaps, aren't they? Yep, flaps. Flaps up or flaps down. You can have them in either position. We've got a drop tank. It's for fuel. Our wheels, whether we want our wheels up or down. I presume down, because, you know, if they're up, you've got to hang it from the ceiling or something. And if you want to hang it from the ceiling, you could even have it down. But if you have them up, you've no choice in the matter. You have to hang it from the ceiling. Okay, then we're on to our propeller and our engine. Okay, seems to be a pretty detailed engine according to that anyway. Okay, we've got our engine, we've got our cockpit, and then a painting guide. Okay, for two versions. The 343rd Naval Flying Group, 301st Fighter Squadron, and we've got the 343rd Naval Flying Group, 407th Fighter Squadron. Okay, April 1945. Now I did watch a bit of a documentary last night on this, and it was quite an impressive plane. A bit too late for the Japanese, but very, very manoeuvrable, and it had this special kind of flap thing with the flaps, and they could make an extremely tight turns. So that's our instruction sheet. Nicely detailed booklet form, not too many steps on the one thing. Okay, we've got our nose, whatever that's called, I do not know. We'll call it the nose, George's nose. Okay, I'm going to leave it in the bag. It's quite taken out of the bag. I can see quite clearly through it. Very nicely moulded. Got a bit of a seam line there, which we'll all be able to clear off some seam lines and things. Nice bit of detail on that. And again, it is just his nose. And that seems to be okay. A separate package, there's his nose. Another packet I'm not going to open, for obvious reasons, is the packet with the clear sprue. I'm not going to it up there. They're parts of the cockpit, they're clear. Okay. Got all the nice lines there for marking up where we stick in the mask set, and we've got what appear to be polycaps. Okay, I know that from armour. We got polycaps. Okay, so then we're on to our main sprues, and they're all in the one big bag. I don't like it with armour, and I probably won't like it with aircraft kit either. The tendency from parts to, you know, when it's been transported and things like that, they rub off each other. And I have got the odd kit or two in the past, and you can see scrapes along the sides of it, which won't really bother you too much with armour. Okay, but with the aircraft kits, people seem to like them a little bit pristine. Okay, because an awful lot of people do them in pristine shape, because airplanes are kept a lot cleaner than armour anyway. Right, you've got a big plastic bag. Give the bag a shape, make sure there's nothing in there. Okay, nothing in the bag, so nothing has come loose so far anyway. Right, we've got one sprue. We'll put it behind me and we'll take them in as we come along. Two sprues. There seems to be one of the propellers missing, so hopefully it's there. 2 sprue. We've got our 3rd sprue, a nice big sprue. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. There's our propeller that came off. And 7. So we've 7 sprues, and we'll start with this one. This is the last one out. It's our wings. Oh, thought that was a big scratch there for a second. It was just a little paper. Right. It's got nice panel lines, and they are sunken panel lines. They're not raised. Seem to be pretty deep as well, as you can hear. Whether they're all right and all that, I do not know, and frankly I do not care. I'm not a rivet counter with armour, and definitely not going to be a rivet counter when it comes to the aircraft. They seem to be nice. It's very, very nicely moulded. I'm not seeing any flash on this piece anyway. Usually places where you see flash are inside holes and things like that. From underneath, yeah, we've got all our ejector pin marks on the inside. They haven't developed out into sinkholes or anything like that on the outside, so they're all very nice so far. Okay, so you can see there the condition there for yourselves. Quite nice. Okay, and it's moulded in a nice silvery grey plastic, or styrene. Okay, so that's the first sprue. We've got our tail section. Okay. Top and our left and right. Again, no flash. Nice panel lines. Pretty nice condition. And what appears to be a pretty good solid plastic. Very nice indeed, nice quality plastic. I like seeing plastic like that in armour, so I presume it'll be the same again with this. Plastic is very, very nice compared to the Airfix kit now, where the plastic was bad. It was very, I don't know, soft. Well, that seems to be quite nice anyway. That's sprue E, and that is our tail section. Next sprue. These appear to be our cockpit pieces. Okay, got the base of our cockpit. Got some, they could be from the front. I don't know if they're off the cockpit or not. We've got the bit that holds on the control panel. Okay, we've got our little side wally sections and 2 more big flappy pings. So we got some cockpit parts. Those 3 and those 2 are definitely cockpit parts. These 2 and those 2 I haven't a clue, but they're nicely moulded. Okay, seem to be, they look as if they're raised, but when you touch them they're not. You can see there, I'd say, yeah, it's where the ejector pin marks. It's just that the plastic is lighter, you can kind of see through it. You can see it. You see them here and here. But they seem to be quite nice. They're not, doesn't seem to kind of come through the plastic. Okay, so condition is quite nice. Like I said, no flash or anything like that. Right, our next sprue. We've got our drop tank. Okay, the 2 halves of our drop tank. I think that's another cockpit part, but I'm not sure. They look like cockpit parts as well. We've got our tail wheel or rear wheel, whatever it's called. There's that strut for inside the wings. And we've got our pilot. Okay, he's got 2 legs, his front and his back, 2 heads and his arms. We'll have a look at his heads there. can we get in there and see the moulding of them, because they look very nice indeed. And if that can mould, that's about as good as I'm going to get it, unfortunately. But they seem to be very nice figures indeed. And 1/32nd scale is just a slight little bit bigger than 1/35th scale. You nearly get away with 1/35th scale figures, Japanese figures, with this. If you wanted to have, say, a ground crew, if you can get Japanese ground crew or whatever, but you could nearly get away with 1/35th scale figures with these. Okay, so there's our figures anyway. Other little bits and pieces, but like I said, the condition is quite nice. We're not getting any flash. All these little thin bits have the what I call them, the dragon things. You get there on dragon armor pieces, those little extra little nipples. Okay, so George has loads of little nipples to be chopped off, which is better than seeing a sinkhole or an ejector pin mark on the piece you want to use. So they're handy enough. Okay, so we've got all our parts, the small little parts, like I said, have little nipples on them. Nipply bits. Good job Abby isn't around, isn't it? She'll kill me. Now, we've got a very large sprue. And we've got our wheel stanchions here. There's our cockpit piece there. So you can sort of stick that on and paint it on if you want to. I don't know that if you're going to use the PE, you probably have to shave them off. If you're using the decals, you want a very good decal solution that will melt them into it. Or otherwise, if you're very good at painting, you could paint them yourself, if you want to go that far. Some people are absolutely fabulous at painting little things like that. Believe me, you've got eyesight that is tremendous compared to my old eyes. My poor old eyes, I can't see them. Well, there's John after knocking off another piece. I'll put that into the box. I thought it was going to fall off, so I gave it a little wiggle. And it's always good to, if you see something loose, just give it a little shake, give it a little wiggle, especially when you pick it out and find it. And if it does come off, then put it into the box, because there's many a piece that will be sort of barely held on, and you could lose it around your desk. That's it, it's gone, because if it gets swept onto the floor, lost, good luck. Or stood on and broken. I've done that a few times as well. Alright, so we've got lots of little engine bits and pieces. Loads of bits and pieces that I haven't the faintest idea what they are, but we have our engine anyway, and we'll have a closer look at one or two of those pieces there. And if I can bring the light just out a little bit and down a little bit, will that help? Not a bit. There we go. So there's our engine. It's quite nicely detailed. Okay. I suppose it'd be handy if I knew what I was looking at, or you know, whether it's accurate or not. But HASEGAWA have a reputation of nice bits and pieces and nice airplanes. So that's only in listening to the airplane people. They've never had any complaints with them. So we've got 3 sprues in one here. Actually, we've got N, L, and Q. So we have 3 sprues into one. Very nice indeed, and like I said, lovely mouldings. Okay, and our little nipply things. Okay, so we've got a small sprue here. We've got our propellers. Like I said, we've one in there already now, because it would have been here, it fell off. I mean, it was number 2. There's one of those things that I broke off earlier. And we've got our wheels. Okay, now this only seems to be one wheel. Where's the second wheel? I don't remember coming across that. Because it's in 2 halves and it's only the one piece. Yep, there's our other wheel. Sorry, our other wheel is there on the L sprue. Okay. So we've got our 2 wheels. These little small parts seem to be quite nice. Like I said, I don't know what they are. A little bit of flash on that one there, so just a tiny bit of cleanup. I presume these are our machine guns, and as you see, look, they're bored out and all. Can we get in to see them? Oh, and zoomy. There we go. We just kind of, our machine guns are bored out, so they're quite nice. Okay, so that is sprue L as well. It's all part of the L sprue. And we've got our final sprue. Okay, so we've got our main body of it. This is a chunky little monkey, isn't it? So we've got the left and right side. We've got our, I'd say they're the tail, or tail wing. and I so technical. Okay, we got the wheel wells and we got our flaps. Okay, and again, condition just seems to be very nice. No flash, no ejector pin marks. We do have, you can kind of see them through it alright, and when you pick it up and look at it, it kind of gives the impression that it's marked, but when you rub your finger over it or your nail over it, you can see it is quite flush, so they don't protrude all the way through. So they're very nice anyway. I'm looking forward to getting started on this. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to come out because I'm not an airplane person, and don't profess to be. Would be nice though. Would be nice to get that finished and do a nice job on it. Okay, so we've got the first of our aftermarket parts. Okay, I'm not going to take them out of the packet, but you've got, first of all, you get an instruction sheet on where the parts go, telling you what piece that you're replacing if you're using the photo etch part, or where the part will go. Okay, the photo etch is quite thin, which is why I'm not taking it out. Okay, I don't want to bend it or damage it in any way. I already had it out once is enough until I'm going to use it. It's on a card, and these are the pieces that you glue on, even though it says self-adhesive there. These are the self-adhesive ones. Okay, these ones here are self-adhesive. We've got safety belts, or the harness, whichever you want to call it. There's the instrument panels, and a few other tiny little bits and pieces that are in there, and these are self-adhesive, so you don't have to go super gluing them, they'll stick on themselves. And we've got our other parts there. I know that goes onto the engine, where the rest of them go, I do not know. Okay, so there we've got that nice photo etch set. Okay, it's from Edward. Okay, and we've got canopy masks. Okay, extremely thin. They're it says they're die cut flexible mask. Okay, yes, that bit of yellow card is the mask. Okay, and if that will zoom into it, you can see the parts are kind of laser cut out of that. Okay, now I don't know, I've never used masks, so I don't know if they're self-adhesive. I presume they would be, I mean, otherwise I wouldn't see the point of them. And I don't want to go playing around with them, so we put them on then, and then we can spray on our canopy and get the all the struts and windshield pieces nicely clear. Okay, so there's our die cut flexible mask for scale plastic kits, and it's for the kit that we have there. So that's it, lads. That's the unboxing. I know it was a bit long, but I took my time. I didn't fly through it because I hadn't a clue what I was looking at most of the time. But it seems to be nice. The proof of the pudding is in the making, isn't that what they say? So until I start making it, I will have to say it's an unboxing, what you expect from an unboxing, to get to see what's in the box. And I've shown you what's in the box, and we've had a look at the instructions, and we've even had a look at some of the aftermarket. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that, lads. I'll catch you on further updates on the on George. Don't forget to join me on Mondays, myself and Abs, for the bum. And in the meantime, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it, and enjoy it. This is John signing off. I'll catch you soon, and I'll catch you on the next one.